Alright guys, this is a follow-up video to my previous one where I actually show you how to replace the lens on the Zoom Q2n-4K model. But I recommend not modifying the original lens because they're 150-degree wide lens and they're also harder to find. The most common ones that you're going to be able to find are 170-degree, and they're all generic lenses. They're the same ones that you can find in the GoPro clones that are the SJ cams, SJ4000, stuff like that. Well, and that's what lens I put in here. And the problem is, since it is 170 degrees, with this outer ring here, and you might have noticed a little bit of modification, that the lens can see part of the side, and it caused some vignetting. See where my hand is? You notice the corners are not dark anymore on the screen of the camera. They're not vignetted out. See, there's no black in the corners. So what you're gonna have to do is do a little bit of carving with a knife, and I just use this knife right here. That's all I use. So whatever knife you choose, just be a little bit careful. You don't want to, of course, scratch the lens there. But how did I determine what part I needed to cut? Well, I used the included lens hood. So I installed it first, and by the way, even with the modification, it still installs perfectly fine, locks in place perfectly fine, but the lens that's installed will see part of that plastic there as well, and just a hair right here on the bottom. I don't see any on the top, but I did on the bottom. So if you wanted to, you could file this down, but I wouldn't recommend filing that part of the lens hood down because the plastic itself, there's not a whole lot there. So what I did is I marked, right here on each point where the lens hood attaches, right? Well, where this part attaches, and then I removed it. And so once I removed it, I had the little points marked right on the corner, just right in there. And then I just started carving away. And what I did is I had the camera on, and as I started carving, I started noticing that the vignetting on the corners was getting less and less, and that's how I determined how to get rid of it. So I just carved away as evenly as I could, make it look as nice as I can. It doesn't affect any functionality of the camera. It's just a little bit of aesthetics. And if you're also wondering if you got one of these little lens caps, yes, it still works. It still installs. It doesn't come off. Although these were never that tight anyway. As the lens hood. The lens hood actually locks in place quite well. But if you need to do some modification to a lens hood, I'd recommend that you actually kind of make one. Fashion one out of some sort of a plastic or whatever. And then kind of wrap it around the top here. That's what I would recommend doing instead of modifying this. So yeah, that's what I did. You can see the difference right there, right on that little lip. That's the difference that I cut away on it. So it's not a whole lot of plastic that's got to come off. But if you do that, then you can use any lens on here. You don't have to worry about the wide angle degree on it, and it'll work perfectly fine without that vignetting. And you won't have to go in here and do any zooming. Cut down and then back up. Just keep doing that on both sides, check out the screen. You know, I got it plugged into a battery bank, so I don't have to worry about wasting AA's, because this thing is a hog when it comes to those. And so yeah, I recommend don't use AA batteries. You can power this camera without any batteries at all. Just a little tidbit if you don't know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next DIY video, whenever that is. If I can get a hold of another Zoom Q8, which Shaggy has, if I can get a hold of another one of those, I'll do a mod video on that, because I learned how to do it. I did post some pictures on it, but I'm not gonna unmod it to make another video. Maybe I will. Who knows? Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out.